say what?
If that's what they want to do,
I'm finna-
if they want to have,
You think it's okay to have a child at 50 years
if
old?
that's what they want to do,
Okay,
as long as
okay,
they
it's
are,
different.
mind, body, willing, and able.
That's what I mean. Like at that age, you're not always. 50 is not always what I'm saying, but. Back is what I worry about, recovering from the pregnancy, and you can do whatever you want to do, but is it safe?
Well, as women, we on the time limit anyway, so you gotta get it in.
Yeah, you gotta get it in.
Once menopause hit, then no more having kids.
I heard that. So after menopause, there's no more kids?
Most times.
I thought you reached menopause like 40.
Some of them do. Some of them reach about 40, 50, some of them
up in there.
late 50s. But once menopause hit,
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, that's why I said to each his own. That's what they want to do. If they want to wait that late, and I think it's better than having them over at 18, 19.
Right. I mean, that's really early because there's a lot going on. Having experience, you know what I'm saying? You're really young.
Shit about shit at 18, 19. Shit. Like when you leave the house, you might leave the house at 18, you might not.
Yeah.
When you leave the house, that's a whole different part of life that you ain't never experienced before. That you gotta experience that brand new as you're experiencing what it is to raise a child brand new. Like imagine how much pressure you put yourself on when you had kids early. You know what I'm saying? Just as life, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit we don't know.
Okay, but on the flip side of that, though, some people might say, well, we're always learning. You know what I'm saying? We're always learning, always growing. The opposite of that is not growing, not learning, so.
You make it easy for yourself, you can make it hard.
Okay, you're right. True
Whatever
that,
you
true
wanna
that.
do,
True
man.
that. We were getting back into what you contribute to the culture and what you like on with your platform, the type of topics you discuss and what you bring to the everyday culture. You was talking about the divide between Memphis and things like that nature, like the mindsets of the citizens of Memphis and the younger and the older generation. Like, what's that about?
Oh yeah, I was just talking about how I feel like Memphis is at war with itself, and a lot of people talk about how black is not a monolith. A lot of people talk about how black is not a monolith, so black is like, we got the people from the trenches in the hood, the most stereotypically black people, and then we have people who have assimilated to whatever part of assimilation they have assimilated to. Here in Memphis, it seems like we bump heads a lot. People fight against each other. And my podcast is I want to interview people from both sides, all walks of life, as far as what it is to be black, and just kind of break down those barriers of the differences, and like a lot of times it's just be people just criticizing each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up this way, which is different from you, so I feel bad about this, or I want to make you feel bad about it because you're not living the way I'm living, and just very
narrow-minded. Or
lost the word.
But okay, but
you got it.
For you to be, young as you are and things like that, you seem like you have a very interesting take on life. I just want to know a little bit about your background, like what part of town you grew up and where you go to school and stuff like that.
I grew up in Raleigh.
Okay.
I went to Central High School. I went to Craigmont Middle School, and then I went to NBA, Memphis Business Academy for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I went to St. Hills.
Okay, then. Now, growing up in Raleigh, going to Central, how would you say that impact the person you are today and the person you become and the way you think about the city?
It's definitely impacted everything that I do. Going to Memphis Business Academy, I was always a kid I was included like in elementary school.
Okay.
Going to Memphis Business Academy, they had a lack of resources. When I was there, so I wasn't able to do CLU. I wasn't able to do things I would do, like be in a band and stuff like that. And then when I went back to a public school again, they were pretty much like, "Oh yeah, you're behind."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And
I see Memphis Business Academy has come a long way these days. Like when you went, they were years ago. Now I see them, they're developing and growing and things over there in the area now. But I can imagine you were probably part of the experiment with Memphis Business Academy.
Probably.
Yeah, like
Right,
10 years ago or so like that, maybe, or more.
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure. I remember them when they first started doing that. It's cool. It's cool. You don't do what you want to do. This Miss Esco, everybody.
It's not
She
cool.
does what she want to do.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
But
It's like that.
what I was about to say. Okay, but
I play too much.
it's cool. But I really like your personality. But what I was gonna say is, well, as far as your podcast, where can we find it? What platforms, and what do you have coming up next? What's next for you on?
Man, you can find me on YouTube, all streaming services. I'm working on getting those out, and Instagram at t.s. Instagram at t.s.s.p.h. You know what I'm saying? The Shea Shack Production House, and I shoot music videos, do photography. If you need a session to be recorded, music session or podcast session, I could put those together or put you in a place where we can get it together.
Okay.
I also engineer with the school for engineering, and
what school did you go to?
I went to MTSU and I went to University.
Okay, so that's a good big music school at U of M. Okay, shout out U of M. I'm an alumni as well. Okay, that's what's up. So.
Shout out to you.
Now say what you want to say on right here.
Fuck you, man. That's what I really want to say.
Good,
But it's
good.
okay.
No, for real. Why you say that though?
I had a terrible experience at U of M. My time, they made my time at U of M was hell.
The instructors. The instructors.
Yes.
Yeah, I can believe that.
From
I can
the
believe
day I
that.
got there to the day I left,
Yeah.
they gave me hell. And
I can believe that.
my advisor, my administrator, the person that wrote my program, the person that was teaching a lot of the classes where I was in, was the same person. So when I say they gave me hell, one particular person gave me hell.
I can believe that, and I heard that story a couple of times about U of M. I'm just such a advocate for Memphis, and I try to support Memphis and Memphis sports and all this type of stuff. So I try to keep my hope alive about U of M. But you're not the first person to say that. I definitely had some challenges there myself, but I just persevered, and with the grace of God, I've completed it. But yeah, you're not the first, and I understand. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Anybody who can make it through this, because you gotta understand, as black people, we are taught to actually like hold our heads down and like take disrespect and just take this shit and just don't worry about it, because you just trying to get to this place right here, and that shit don't matter. But really, it's just like, bro, the truth is, I'm worth the respect that I'm asking for. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And
Inherently, yeah.
And on top of that, before I asked for this,
Intrinsically.
I paid to be here.
Right.
Before we even get to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
How you treat people. Like, man, bro, what? I paid to be here just like that person paid to be here. So you telling me that I'm not worth the same respect that you give them because what? Matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, you probably paid them to be here. You gave them a scholarship so they could be here.
Right.
And I'd be like, man, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm finna go. Y'all ain't gotta worry about me. I'm not pressed.
So you decided to leave there and go to MTSU?
No, I went to MTSU first.
First, then went to UVM.
I didn't graduate college.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I actually left with, I think I had like 1 semester of classes left. But I left with 1 semester of classes left because I had one particular class that I had took like 4 times. And you can't take it more than, how many times I took it, whether it was 3, 4, or 5? You couldn't take it no more after that time. And nobody wanted to work with me for nothing. Like, I'm like, hey, can I go, it was a piano class. Can I go learn piano somewhere else and then come back and test out the class? They was like, no. I'm like, what the fuck? So how the fuck, if you're not taking the time to teach me, I done failed this class 4 or 5 times. You don't want to change anything about it.
That's
no
the
matter
thing about college. They don't teach. They just instruct for real. So they expect you to go on your own to the library, spend hours, and then come in and regurgitate what you read or something like that. But you need to be taught.
This is a piano class.
Yeah.
You're teaching me how to play piano. But the thing is, thing about these classes, they weren't taught
That's
by
how it
actual
will be
teachers.
in music appreciation class. I flunked the first time too. Like,
yeah, they weren't talking about actual teachers. They talk about international students,
yeah.
which people who got a whole course load outside of teaching this class. So of course they don't have time to teach. So if everybody else is at this level and I'm down here, they just looking at me like, why the fuck you ain't up there? Instead of taking their time to teach me to get to that level, because they're not teachers. That's not their job. They didn't study teaching. It's some psychology that go into teaching. They not there.
Yeah.
That's not what that's just, you done gave them a job that's really like, yes, you can do it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be done well. You know what I'm saying? So they was getting the job done, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They was there to do what they were doing, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I ain't really concerned with your growth or whether you learn this or not, or whether you can, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna teach this class, and it's like, man, a lot of people I didn't see because a lot of people do music like elementary school, high school, middle school, whatever, elementary school, middle school, high school. I didn't do music like that. I went to NBA. They didn't have a band. When I went to public school again, Craig went, they was like, you ain't been in the band, you can't be in the band.
Wow, yeah.
When I went to high school,
yeah.
it was the same shit. They was like, you ain't been in the band before now, you can't be in the band.
You had to start in junior high somewhere.
Learn music.
So when did you start doing music?
I started doing music, like, I've been writing music all my life.
Okay.
Not taking it serious, just writing and throwing shit away, and just writing, throw shit away. And then I started taking it serious about 2015 when I went to college. So when I went to MCSU my first year, that's when I started writing. I bought my laptop. So the MacBooks, you know, they come with GarageBand.
For sure, yeah.
Bought a laptop. I had a friend that gave me a mic that was wrapped up in duct tape.
You like, what's the guy, Hustle and Flow?
Mine, he had put a hanger to the joint and wrapped it up in duct tape. And it was a USB mic, and that's how I started recording. Like this, I had a bunch of. Before then, I had like Apple earphones.
Okay.
Plug them hoes to the side of the computer and just rapping that motherfucker. I used to be.
That's cool though. That's dope. Yeah, because you found something you was passionate about, so you found your way, you found your path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what type of music you doing? And
I rap, but I make music that's R&B content, a lot of soul. You know, I like to make inspirational.
Do you produce as well?
I do produce a little bit, just a small amount. I could be better.
Okay, and where's your music now? Like, where can we find some of your joints?
YouTube at the Shea Harris, TheSheaHarris, the Shea Harris. You find me at
So your artist is name is Shea Harris?
Yep, it's
okay.
Shea. Shea like the butter.
Right, got it, cool.
Yeah.
Smooth like that.
Yeah. Yep, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon, Tidal. Anywhere that they stream music, you should be able to type me in and find me. Anything that's not on streaming services, you should definitely check out YouTube. YouTube got more content than anything else. And SoundCloud, if you're a SoundCloud kid, I'm there.
That's what's up.
I'm there.
Well, thank you for chopping it up with me, spending some time with me today. I appreciate it, Shay. And until next time, y'all.
Gang.